Aquaman and Hawkman locked eyes, neither willing to back down. As they charged toward each other, Aquaman reflected on the stories humanity had always told about legendary heroes fighting for their world. Hawkman pressed the attack, driving Aquaman back and declaring that there was no way he could win. Aquaman studied himself and calmly told Carter that things had changed. Hawkman sensed the darkness within him and wondered if losing Mera had transformed Arthur into something more dangerous. Still confident, Hawkman charged again, boasting of his ability to fly and his countless lifetimes of war experience. His mace struck Aquaman down, leaving him bloodied, and Hawkman mocked him by saying the fight would have gone differently if there had been water nearby. Aquaman pulled himself up, battered but unbroken, and replied that there was always water. The arena began to tremble as Aquaman unleashed his hydrokinetic powers. Water seeped from the ground, erupting into towering beams that pierced the sky. Hawkman, stunned, whispered in disbelief as he dodged through the rising columns, struggling to understand these newfound powers. Moisture filled the air, closing the distance between them, until Hawkman looked up and saw Aquaman riding a massive tsunami. Overwhelmed and unable to maneuver, Hawkman was dragged under, drowning as Aquaman charged through the waves and struck him down. As Hawkman's lungs failed, the Heart of Apocalypse declared a knockout, and Aquaman stood victorious in the first round. Round 2 began, and the fighters were allowed to choose their avatars. Hawkman respawned in space, drifting among asteroids and questioning how he could defeat something as elemental as Aquaman. It felt as though Arthur had become a god. At that moment, Horus appeared before him, reminding Hawkman of the power he had once granted the elders of Thanagar. When Hawkman affirmed his belief, Horus commanded him to rise and bestowed upon him the power of a god. In the arena, Aquaman sensed something was terribly wrong as chaos energy spread through reality. Suddenly, all the water was torn away as if by a massive cosmic storm. Aquaman was dragged upward, struggling, just as Hawkman descended upon him, now wielding divine power. Hawkman struck him repeatedly, forcing him higher into the sky, determined to keep Aquaman away from water. Gripping Arthur by the throat, Hawkman apologized and asked what he could do now without water. A deafening resonance filled the void as Aquaman summoned every trace of water around him. Water was ripped from the asteroids below, and even Hawkman's own blood was torn from his body. With blood-bending power, Aquaman immobilized him completely. Then he hurled Hawkman back toward Earth, crashing him into the sea. As the Heart of Apocalypse declared Aquaman the winner, Arthur stood tall and proclaimed that he was more than Aquaman. He was the Dark Tide,